Yo, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Pup, back again with week 2 of the PWC Season 13. Last time, we faced off against Darkness and their Scary Rain team, and things went just about as well as they could have. Our physically defensive Quacklevolt ended up being the perfect answer to Barraskewda, letting us wall their biggest threat and cruise to a 5-0 victory. That win locked us into first place to start the season, which is exactly the momentum we were hoping for. This time, the matchup's a lot trickier. We're taking on Abyssare, an unpredictable opponent with some really tough threats to prep for. Let's break down their team. Their signature is Hoopa, and it's likely coming as a Choice Scarf to outrun my entire team, or Choice Specs to just blow things up with that massive base 150 special attack. They've got a lot of potential Tera types, but Fairy stands out to me because it helps them resist Brute Bonnet Sucker Punch and makes them immune to Latios' Draco Meteor for easy switch-ins. Next up is Iron Valiant, one of the really fast Pokemon in the format, especially when they're rocking the booster energy for speed. I expect a mix set here, with Psychic to punish Petrun and Close Combat and Moonblast that are both extremely hard for me to switch into. Then there's the scariest Pokemon for my team, Meowscarada. This thing naturally outspeeds my entire squad and threatens massive damage with Flower Trick, Triple Axle, and Knockoff, thanks to Protean giving it stab on basically everything. It might try to lead and set spikes, or U-turn into the rest of their team. I'm expecting a Choice Scarf set to check my Sneasler and Latios, but Focus Sash is also an option. Next is the start of their defensive core, Rotom Washed. This thing Volt switches freely and spreads burns with Will-O-Wisp, which is super rough into my mostly physical team this week. Add in Hydro Pump and Thunder Wave, and this thing's a huge problem if I can leave it unchecked. Excadrill is another flexible option for them. They can be an offensive Sword Stance and Rapid Spin Win Con, or just a Stealth Rock Setter and Pivot. Either way, it has great Steel/Ground Stab and strong synergy with the rest of their core. Mandibuzz is next, and it's just annoyingly hard to take down. With Roost, Defog, Toxic, and Foul Play, it just sticks around forever. Even U-turn lets it pivot out of bad matchups and has a solid speed for the wall. Then they've got Skeledirge, a huge threat because of Unaware, which means none of my setup works. It ignores Draco drops, which is nice for me, but with Will-O-Wisp, Torch Song, Hex, and Slack Off, it's very bulky and hard for me to wear down. Diancie is their go-to hazard lead with Stealth Rocks and Spikes, but it can also be used in Trick Room with Hoopa. Moonblast, Earth Power, and Power Gem or Meteor Beam gives it a surprising offensive pressure, and nothing on my team can switch into that. Vikavolt is an underrated pick for them this week. Crazy high special attack and access to sticky webs, and moves like Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, and Energy Ball to hit my Swampert and the rest of my team super hard makes it really hard for me to swap into. If they're rocking agility, that can also just turn it into Super Surprise Sweeper, since they don't already have the speed. Next up is Graph AI, who has Prankster, Encore, Toxic, and Switcheroo to disrupt all of my setup sweepers, or even just anything on my team. But it can also run Unburden with Sword Stance and Acrobatics, and if I pop an Air Balloon on them with a Enamorus, it becomes a huge problem for my team. And finally, there's Ditto, the ultimate anti-sweeper. Probably Choice Scarfed, and if it copies one of my boosted Pokemon, it can reverse a game on the spot. I doubt this Pokemon comes, but if it does, it can be super dangerous. Now, let's see what your South Bend Snowflakes are bringing for this battle. Starting things off, of course, we have our signature, Brute Bonnet. This week we're rocking a Tera Fairy set with Tera Blast, which gives us great coverage into their defensive core, especially Mandibuzz. The dual stabs of Seed Bomb and Crunch hit Rotom Wash, Diancie, and Skeledirge super effectively, and we're rocking the booster energy with Photosynthesis to get a +1 attack boost, which helps us to threaten a KO on especially defensive Skeledirge with Crunch. The speed investment lets us outspeed their entire team after 2 Trailblazes, and we've got just enough bulk to live 2 Moonblasts from Iron Valiant or an Adamant Iron Head from Excadrill. Next up is our physical wall this week. It's a weird one, Ogerpon Hearthflame. We're going max HP and max defense to check threats like Meowscarada and Iron Valiant, and also Excadrill if they're not running any rock move. Our only attacking move is Ivy Cudgel, but it still hits incredibly hard with 120 base attack. We're supporting the team with Spikes for chip damage, Knockoff to remove key items like boots or scarves, and Synthesis for longevity. It's not super flashy, but it definitely gets the job done and keeps our defensive core intact. Our revenge killer this week is Choice Scarf Sneasler. With Poison Touch, even a U-turn has a chance to poison their walls, making switching into this thing super risky. Close Combat does huge damage to their team once Skeledirge is weakened, and Dire Claw offers a reliable stab with status pressure built in. The Choice Scarf lets us outspeed even Booster Energy Iron Valiant, and we're also packing Switcheroo to cripple walls like Mandibuzz or Rotom Wash by stealing their recovery or utility item. It's a key pivot and a big part of our speed control this week. Fourth up is our wall breaker, Big Basculin. This week it's choice banded with adaptability, and the moment Rotom Wash goes down, this Pokemon becomes just nearly unswitchable. I don't know if that's the right word. Wave Crash is just a complete nuke. Aqua Jet gives us priority to finish off weakened threats. Flip Turn maintains our momentum, and Liquidation is a safe mid-ground when we don't want recoil from Wave Crash. We've got enough speed to outrun Excadrill and everything slower. When this thing gets in safely, something is going to take massive damage or just straight up die. In our fifth slot is our lead, Quackable. We're holding a Rindo Berry to survive Meowscarada's Flower Trick, even if they're choice banded. And we've got the attack to guarantee that close combat plus Aqua Jet will always pick up the KO. Against likely leads like Diancie, we can click Flip Turn to get Chip and pivot to a better answer like Basculin or Ogerpon to eat a Moonblast and return with heavy damage. We're also running Rapid Spin to clear hazards, and with a mix of physical and special bulk, it handles a lot of soft pressure early in the game while providing solid utility throughout. And last but certainly not least, we have our late game win con, Enamorous. Moonblast is our primary move and shreds most of their team outside of Skeledirge. For that, we've got Earth Power, which has a solid chance to 2-hit KO even fully specially defensive Dirge, especially if we get Spike support from Ogerpon. We're also packing Taunt to shut down Recovery, Toxic, or Defog from walls like Mandibuzz and Dirge. And Substitute gives us an edge in forcing switches or fishing for Defog into our contrary ability, which gives us an evasion boost instead of a drop. That combo alone can snowball hard. We've got enough speed to outrun Excadrill and below, and we're maximizing our special attack for that raw power. Hope you guys have enjoyed the content so far. Let's go get another dub. Alright, what is good everyone? We are here facing off against Abyssarray. They did bring Meowscarada. No Dirge is nice. We do see Val. Yeah, pretty expected, except for the Vikavolt. I didn't think that Pokemon was going to come, but that's totally fine. If I think they're going to lead with that, I could switch up my lead. I could. Like Enamorous is... Well, I don't take Triple Axle very well, right? So, I think it's just got to be the Duck. Is just my play because I beat Meowscarada and I do decent enough into Diancie. I don't think I see any other lead from them. If we see Val, then that's nice for me, and I can just go into the Earth Flame. So I'll just go with that. But yeah, good luck, have fun to my opponent. Looks like they knew their lead decently quick, so we're chilling. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully we'll be able to do a lot. They do lead Meowscarada, beautiful. Let me just lead with Quackable. I will just click close combat every single time here. That is my play. I am Rindo plus Aqua Jet for this exact scenario. This is exactly what I want to see happen here. They hard withdraw, so they're not Scarfed. And they might expect me to be Scarfed. They go Mandy. Mandibuzz. They take 50%. They are not physically defensive. They're weak armor. They're offensive. Whoa, that is crazy. Offensive Mandibuzz is really cool. Weak armor's +2 speed. That's interesting. -1 defense means that they're gonna take a lot to Jets. They definitely knock me out with like a Brave Bird coming out here, right? I could go Basculin and revenge them with a Jet afterwards. So I like that idea. I do really like that. This is such an interesting set from them. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Yeah, they Brave Bird. We take 1,000,000,000%, but that's all right. Because at -1, Basculin, Aqua Jet just absolutely destroys them here. So yeah. Yeah, we just go for Jet here. Very, very free. They can switch into Meow if they want, but at least I neutralized this threat. And they kind of neutralized my lead, which is very interesting. But yeah, it happens. It definitely happens. Something I was not expecting at all. They do withdraw, that's fine. What do we see? Do we see, yep, Meowscarada. This is going to take a good amount of chip right now. Yeah, that is very decent. Big crits. Love to see that. I wish I had my bar. I'm just gonna go out into Ogerpon, my play every time here. I wonder if on the fly I could add this. Let me see if I can add my ruler in here, because I switched my computers and everything. I think I want this. Yes, beautiful. Okay. And then I will, yeah, I'll be able to adjust that to put myself in a little bit of a better spot there. So we go out to our Ogerpon here. What do we see come out from Meow? We just see a U-turn. That's fine. They are Protean. Makes a lot of sense. And U-turn, that's a crit. Okay. Okay. Meowscarada U-turn on a crit. Just gotta look at the damage next time it comes out. Use my handy dandy calculator. Look at my my Bulbasaur case. Isn't that cute? You guys should like that. Let me calculate. I felt like I was down to like 218 or something. 363 minus 218, if that's what it is. It did 145, which would be almost a max roll, so that checks out. But no choice band. I don't think they could be choice band with that damage. Definitely not. But they know I'm defensive now. So what do we see? Do we see Diancie want to come out? That could be crazy. And they know I'm defensive, so they might not die. If they do come out, I feel like weakness policy is a very solid option from them. They go Iron Valiant. I always live any hit from this guy. They are not... I mean, if this guy's choice banded, right? If they're +1 close combat, it does knock me out because of that crit. Oh, that... this is going to bother me. Okay, let me... Okay, there we go. That's better. 215 is what we're at. So they did get an absolute max roll with Jolly. I can synthesis up. Ivy Cudgel just does a lot as well. Puts it into Aqua Jet range from stuff. So I actually like that. And I can, yeah, I can synth up later. They're going to sub. Yeah, I love that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We are just going to Ivy Cudgel them. Break that sub easily. Sub is nice, though. Nice to know, for sure. And are they lefties? They are. Okay. Sub leftovers. Very interesting. Not what I expected. Sneasler looks incredible in this game, by the way. Just so we're all aware. I will Cudgel again. Disable. Okay. Okay, I see you. We will get disabled here. That's fun. Sub disable. I can go out to Brute Bonnet now, and I do kind of like that idea because I'm able to get my Trailblaze up. So let's see, booster attack. If I get a Trailblaze, I am still slower, but I can always take 2 hits from this guy. Yeah, we'll go big Brute Bonnet here. What an interesting play. Do we see sub here? If they Moonblast, it could be bad. I just assume that they're going to sub. Gonna get this big booster off. Man, this guy takes up my whole screen. What do we see? We see Psychic. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. And I will just Tera Fairy and go for a Trailblaze here. It's perfectly free. I mean, I could even Tera Blast. I think Tera Blast is a lot better because Mandibuzz. And they just do not switch into Tera Blast from this guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm +1 attack from the booster energy. They have no way to take this move. They just absolutely do not. This has been quite the game so far, by the way. Some really fun sets from them. Really fun stuff. They do substitute. I wish I Trailblazed, but it is what it is. Definitely wish I had Trailblaze, but we just Tera Blast. They like scouted the Tera pretty well. You know, I definitely can Trailblaze even if they go Mandy. I wonder, Mandibuzz with 0 defense. Like, do they even take the Trailblaze? They do. They do. So I have to Tera Blast again. It's just a free KO, I think. They're going to Moonblast, and they're just going to straight up die. Yep, I always eat 2. Like I said, in the team builder, I always eat 2. Always eat 2. Iron Valiant is gone. Get that guy out of here. Beautiful stuff for me. And what comes in to KO me now? Like, Meowscarada might be able to. Hoopa comes out. I'm surprised that this thing comes out, if I'm gonna be honest. Because can this guy even knock me out? If they have to be choice specs to knock me out, I'm pretty sure. So I will Trailblaze. We do see Tera, unless they're like Tera Poison. Tera Poison makes sense. They are. I threw that. I threw that because it's gonna be Tera Blast, right? Yep. All right, good stuff. Good stuff from them. I really did not think that that was going to be the option into Latios, because Latios is so good into them. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a good bring. It's a good bring. I mean, I could go Basculin. Basculin Liquidation is so good. Basculin Liquidation is so incredibly good. But if they're Choice Scarf and I just throw that away, it's really tough for me. Man. What do we do exactly? Because it could just be going out to the Duck. And if I go out to Quaquaval, they're Tera Poison. I always outrun them unless they're Scarfed, but then they can't be Scarfed into Tera Poison and Tera Blast. I can flip turn out on the Psychic attack. Okay, yeah, we'll go Quaquaval. And it's just a free flip right now. That's what I'll go for. We are EV'd to outrun this thing always, if they're timid, which is what I expect. I mean, I did expect Trick Room, but they're obviously not that anymore. So what is the Diancie set? The Diancie still could be Trick Room. It could be Weakness Policy Trick Room. It could be Power Herb. They do 50% with that flip turn. Beautiful damage. And Ogerpon can come in and take whatever Psychic move they want to go for. So I will go Ogre. Because this thing has done a good job of what it needed to do. The Energy Ball. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. That is a gift. We know they're not choiced in any way, shape, or form. Would a knockoff knock them out here? It actually would. So it is in my best interest to just knock off on this turn, because I could see Diancie coming out. So knockoff is just the answer here. Yep, they do go Diancie. We're going to knock off whatever this wanted to be. Were they Power Herb? They were Covert Cloak. Okay, so they're Petrunt answer. That's okay. Do I want to keep this thing around? Do I want to get up Spikes, which I think are really good versus them right now? I honestly think a layer of Spikes is really, really strong. This thing can be scary, though. I can always trick it. I mean, like, Basculin always comes in afterwards and does so much. So I'm just going to spike up. I think we might see Trick Room. So I'll just get up a layer. I will just get up this layer. They Baton Pass. Awesome. That is so good for me. That is amazing, man. Love to see that. Jeez. That is awesome. Man, okay. I love this. This has been going pretty great so far. We see Meowscarada come out. I don't think I die. Because you're not choice. Triple Axle. I'm at 181. Let me calc this. 181 Triple Axle never knocks me out here. So I can always Cudgel or Synth. I think Synth is a better play. We might just see them U-turn as well. So I'll Synth. Yep, they U-turn. And we will just get healthy. We will just get healthy. They did 84 with that U-turn, I think, which is a minimum roll. Okay. So yeah, just super jolly. They go back out to Diancie. We probably see a rock move come out here. They take some damage. Oh, the Meowscarada is Boots. Boots Meow, which works. I could go out to the duck here and threaten them with a flip turn. I think is a great option here. We actually probably don't live a Moonblast. I wonder if at 278 we live a Power Gem. I mean, they're not Meteor Beam. Or what are they? They could be Diamond Storm. We live a Diamond Storm. We don't live a Power Gem. And actually, we have a lot of rolls where we do. Let me look at Diamond Storm one more time. I always live Diamond Storm. I mean, I could get another layer of spikes, which puts a lot of pressure on this and the Hoopa. Or I could just save this guy. I don't think they're going to Moonblast here. I just don't. I'm going to call this, like, you're not Moonblasting. And I don't need the duck for this roll, at least. They Stealth Rock. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So I can Rapid Spin these away if I so wanted to. Or I could just get a massive chunk on this guy. If I Rapid Spin and you knock me out, then I just get a kill with a Liquidation, which is nice. So what is the play? I mean, I can always come in and spin these. They're not really that bad for me. What if I close combat this guy, this Diancie? I do a lot of damage. I bring it into range of a lot of stuff. I think flip turn's the play. They do end up staying in. We get so much damage off on them. And I'm just going to go Ogre. I think I just go Ogre every time. And I can spin afterwards. If they knock me out, then I can spin. We might even see them spike. We could see spike. They Baton Pass. That's okay. They Baton Pass. I mean, they have no real good option to go out to. Because we are out of range of Axel again. At least we should be. We definitely should be. What are you going to do? I mean, maybe Vikavolt lives one. Vikavolt does not live one. If you're max HP, then they have a shot to live one, but then they just get revenged. They go Mandibuzz. If this thing is max speed Jolly, let me, if they're max speed Jolly, they do outrun me, and Brave Bird would knock me out. That's actually so interesting. That is a crazy fact right there. I mean, I can go out to my Enam here, right? Enam always outruns them and threatens big damage on everything on their team. Does Enam take a lot to Brave Bird? I mean, after hazards, I should not die unless they're not banded. We saw that versus Basculin, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll go Enam. This max speed Mandibuzz really put a wrench into my exact plans, but it's no big deal. It is really no big deal. They roost, that's fine. Moonblast just is a KO on this guy. And we're lefties. Wish that didn't show because it might show that we're sub. But I will just substitute on this guy because if they swap out, then it's just so free. And I think they should always sub. They're 0 HP, so they easily die. But if they want a Brave Bird, then it might be their best play. They do withdraw, so I mean, that's nice for me. It's not Meowscarada, obviously. Yeah, they're sacking off the Diancie. They are sacking off the Diancie, and I get my free sub up. They might be able to bring in Meowscarada afterwards and triple Axel. They definitely might be able to do that, which is fine. I will just Moonblast here. Moonblast picks up a KO. They're not cussed at because we knocked off their Covert Cloak. And Enamorous nets a KO. Now, Meowscarada is really interesting with the rolls from Axel. We know their U-turn. Have they showed anything else? I don't even remember at this point. But if they go out to it, I think I just sack this guy off. 203, I might even be able to live. And if they miss, then I just get a KO. They Axel. Protean. 1 should break it. 2 will not kill me. 2 does not KO. And they just hit twice, and I'm going to be able to knock them out. Beautiful. Beautiful. Meowscarada goes down. That is definitely unfortunate. But, yeah. That's how the cookie crumbles. It's a under a 73% chance to hit all 3. So, yeah, I'm not saying that that's what should have happened, but I had outs into that easily. Vikavolt, the only way this can be scary is if they're agility and then they just like die to Aqua Jet. Aqua Jet from Basculin sweeps them. So I just Moonblast here. Beautiful. They set up Sticky Web, which is fine. It just means I'm going to win with this Pokemon now. Yeah, so they literally just cannot beat me anymore, I think. And it doesn't matter because we have banded Jet in the back. So I think we might be picking up a second 5-0 here with Enamorous doing so much work. I would have been totally fine, though. Would have been so fine. Because all I would have had to do is go out to Quaquaval. And honestly, I probably would have just flipped with Quaquaval. It would have given me the chip that I needed. They go Hoopa, they take a little bit of damage. They're going to die to an Earth Power here. Obviously, I'm not choiced. They're Endure. Okay. That's fun. It does not matter. Endure Hoopa. Do you Psychic move me? Potentially. I always win with Basculin afterwards. Yeah. I always win afterwards. We're just going to swap out on the Custap. Just because this can preserve me diff. It can. And if it does, then that's nice for me. Do you use Psyshock or do you Poison Tera Blast? What do we see? We see Tera Blast. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. And double CC should just win. For sure. Oh, they steal my Choice Scarf. They steal my Choice Scarf. That's fun. I'll U-turn. I will U-turn. They Shadow Ball me now. We probably die. Yes, we do. Oh, well. We just Jet. We Jet, and then we Jet, and then we win. We go into the fish. This Pokemon is so clutch. I guess I should have gone out into Quaquaval, maybe. Quaquaval might have been better, but we just Jet. Mandibuzz can't win. And neither can this Hoopa. And we're going to take a 4-0 victory off the back of Basculin. Really doing a lot of work in this game. I think I just played around them pretty well. Obviously sucks that they missed one of the triple Axel hits, which led them to this end game. But the game was over, right? Yeah, they're going to Jet. They take a bunch. It's fine. They're going to get a weak armor here. There's nothing they can do here, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm just like playing really poorly into it. Because they do have the speed now. Am I cooked right now? Did I just lose? I don't think so. I don't think so. I hope not. Mandibuzz. if I get them to -2 defenses, right? And they're -1 defense versus Basculin. Aqua Jet should do like 50, and then the Duck should be able to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So they get diff. They get diff. It was scary for a minute there. So they're -2 defense. They roost it off, which is fine for me, because now this Jet does even more. I just Jet until I die. They can't roost it off anymore. And now they're -3. Oh no, but their max speed does not matter. They Brave Bird into me. But yeah, we got Quackable, Jet. And versus -3, we do way too much versus them. They also are just Brave Bird, so we're totally fine in that regards. I almost threw this game. But I knew weak armor was good. But crazy Mandibuzz set. Definitely crazy Mandibuzz set. Yep, they let it go down. If they didn't let it go down, then I think I would have been fine. I don't think I was worrying anyways. We get the Moxie boost, not like that really mattered. I guess with the Moxie boost, I should have gone out to this first. So we're not going to end it. Oh, I guess we're going to end it with the spike for Ogrepon. I forgot that Hoopa just like straight up died to it, so it didn't matter as soon as that Pokemon went down. That's a GG's. That's a 3-0 victory for us. Could have been a 5-0 if I had played my cards right. But yeah, nice, good game. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you do, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Trying to hit 500. But that's going to be about it for me. See you guys in week 3. Peace out.